Okay, we're going to talk about some pro tips for Code Club. These are things that we've learned over the years of running Code Club that really help it to thrive. So number one, in terms of getting your Code Club started, please do not cap registration. We don't like turning kids away for quite a few reasons. One, there's lots of things you can do if you get more kids than you expect. You can double them up or triple them up on computers. We actually recommend this. It helps to create that sense of Code Club. It's a come and go model. That means that sometimes you'll have kids that are really interested, or parents are really interested, and they'll come the first time, and they'll say, hey, I can only come every other week or something. So you might get this big rush at the start, and it might work itself out. The last part is that students can always bring their own device. So we see this a lot for our Code Clubs. Students will bring their own laptop. So even if you only have 5 or 10 computers in your library, students bringing their laptops and sharing computers and coming at different times is going to work out. For that very first Code Club, we always say that the first Code Club is the toughest, hardest Code Club. If you can make it through that, it's smooth sailing from there. The reason that is because there's a lot of admin stuff to do. There's creating accounts. And so one thing you can do to get past that is you can have everyone create accounts together. You can even have the parents stay around and stick around and help create accounts. So that's going to make it a little bit easier for you. Another thing is that during that first Code Club is you're going to have to coach kids on the workflow. So you noticed from the training that you do something on the left-hand side and you click a link and you work on it and you're done. You have to click done. Well, sometimes students aren't used to that. So they'll get done with an activity, but they won't click on done. What that means is that you're going to have to kind of coach them on that. You're going to have to walk around a little bit during that first Code Club. And you're going to have to actually look and say, oh, well, you're sitting there, Timmy, what are you doing? And he says, oh, well, I'm done. So after doing that a few times, the kids are going to get used to it, but you will have to walk around a little bit more and look at their screens and see what they're doing so that you can coach them through that workflow. Another thing is you can all watch the video together. During that very first section, that code video, what is coding about? Throw it up on the big screen, and you can all watch it and get through that part together. Finally, do an icebreaker, even every week. Icebreakers are really great because students are used to a school environment, and we want to show them this, hey, this is not school. And one of the best ways to do that is to build that sense of group cohesion and community by learning some things about each other, and starting off with a few questions and a few laughs and having some fun. Another pro tip is showcase events. Showcase events are kind of like the orchestra concert for Code Club. So we recommend you do these as often as you can, 2, 3, 4 times a year, even more. And it's a great time to get the community together. It's a show and tell format, so students have been saving their projects. They can throw them up, dust off that old projector, throw up their projects, and show them. It's really neat how this brings communities together. We've had one community where the facilitator was going out sharing all about Code Club. State Farm heard about it, and State Farm decided to donate 5 laptops to their Code Club, which was amazing. And so they put together a showcase event around that. The mayor came down, the State Farm came down. The kids were beaming because they got to show off what they're learning. And it's really incredible how it brings communities together. We've seen it at other Code Clubs where there are other popular things like sports, for example, and parents want their kids to do the sports, but maybe not Code Club. And part of the thing we've seen is that that's because they don't know much about coding or Code Club. And so when they actually get to see it, when the community can see what they're building, when the parents can see what their kids are working on, then it's really great. So it's good for the kids' self-esteem, it's good for getting more kids into Code Club, it's good for creating that sense of community. What is central to a Code Club's success or its demise? We found that there are 2 main things. Number 1, we've already went over. Are you being a cheerleader, a mentor, and a facilitator during the Code Club? But number 2, is your Code Club social and fun? Here's some ways to make your Code Club more fun and social. We already talked about icebreakers, but I'd recommend that you keep on doing those even after the first Code Club, into the second and third, maybe even for a couple months. It really does help to create that sense and helps people to get to know each other. Music on in the background is really fun. We've had facilitators all over doing fun stuff with music, but it can help to create that ambiance. Showcase events also help keep it fun and really social because you're working towards something together. Coder of the Week. So for the Coder of the Week, pick someone that's really rocking it, and we just want to feature them. So we're going to put them up on the TV, and we'll actually show their screen what they're working on in coding. It's a great way to highlight a student that's really doing well with coding. Finally, who wants to see a Pokemon game? So you're walking around doing your facilitating thing, and you notice a really cool game on one of your students' computers. Well, one thing you can say is, hey everybody, who wants to see this game? And everyone's going to get up, and they're going to come over, and they're going to take a look at the game. So again, things that get the students up and moving, interacting with each other, and showcasing what's going on. These are really great ways to make Code Club fun and social. If you only focus on these two things, being a facilitator, mentor, and cheerleader, and making your Code Club fun and social, you're going to be a success.